3-in-1 all-day flawless foundation. One of hundreds of reviews says it's a wonder product. Max Factor, the makeup of makeup artists.
To fully appreciate the Flymo Ultralight Hover Bar, you need to take a closer look.
Do you need money for the desk, babe? We're going to use the cards.
Its Duratech system has one chamber to cut grass, vacuum it up, and compact it in the grass box, and a second chamber that creates the perfect lift. So it works
I hate to spend money on boring this time.
which all means you can cut cleanly up to and over edges. The new Flymo Ultralight. Ultra quick. Ultra easy. Flymo. Easier by design. Anticipation effect. Absolutely error on it.
Literally grass covered dirty spirits. He's in love with beaten up old stuff.
From the vintage upside down to dead people's clear every wheel.
Join me as he lounges around France.
I don't need any of it. I want it.
Dirty Weekenders in France, tomorrow at 8 on 4. Come dine with me, sponsored by Airwick National Parks Fragrance Collection.
In Macclesfield, cat-mad Tina Pennine is confident her Greek menu will become the stuff of legend in her bid to win the £1,000 prize. While she's busy getting her starter ready in the living room, the guests discover the scale of her obsession with all things feline.
I walk inside here. What have we got? All sorts. Look, no, there's actually. Go, go.
Oh no, it's the cat!
Dad, no. The names. Unless it's special to go, I can't see
Don't
those
open
cars
it,
in there.
don't
No, don't jump
Don't
out, you know
sneeze.
it's dead. You alright? Whiskers, alright. Get Rachel, get Rachel, you see that? Lord the glory. Cat's ashes. That's great. So imagine that cat there is probably now one of those cats in there. Oh, tis was cat. Tis this was that.
Oh, stop it.
Too single woman, that. She's obviously too much. She needs a man, that woman. She needs a man. She's too full for the cats.
Yeah, well, not everyone's as lucky as your wife. The conversation turns from dead cats to dead dinner guests.
Well, I was never been cremated, you see, so I won't cremate anything.
Would you not?
No. And when I die, I want to be buried so that my husband can worship my bones in the ground.
What if it goes first?
Being be cremated.
You see, I want to be cremated and have all my ashes mixed up with flower seeds and scattered in it until we come back with something nice.
Hopefully the first course of Tina's Big Fat Greek dinner can lift the mood.
Oh, thank you.
And here it is. Pitta, hummus, tzatziki, and time for everyone to find out what true people are.
Hope you enjoyed the food. Cut from the heart. Have you had them before?
Finally. Really nothing.
They are absolutely fantastic.
Delicious.
Absolutely.
I'm not being funny, but nobody actually sleep while I food and stuff like this. It's so gorgeous, isn't it?
No, you're not being funny. You're being very rude. Why not tell us what you really thought?
Love the hummus. Very gawky. I'll kiss my husband when I get home.
Sounds like his lucky knowing.
Everything works so well. It was just really, really good eating. Tasty. It was too much. That's the only complaint I could say about it, probably. She probably just overfaced me with it.
I think they're very nice about it. I think Simon surprisingly liked it. Not everybody the rest of them liked it. They didn't eat much of it. I'm trying to bloody slave all day now. The cats are eating it.
With the starter finished, almost, there's one thing Tina's guests are struggling to digest. The contents of her drawers.
Why on earth have you got cat's ashes in a cupboard?
Moses and Henry.
Cat's ashes?
Our babies. When I'm cremated, they'll go in the cupboard with me.
Did you cremate them yourself, or did you?
No, not big bullet.
Yeah.
Very sensitive, Veronica, lovely.
Everything got nice bits in well.
You can get them made into a diamond. You can get it. Go to New York for a diamond. You can have one made and stick it in your ear.
I've got nothing else to carry over notice. But Henry was 18 when I had him to sleep. And he had 18-year-old cat.
You're a whisker away from trouble, man. You really are.
Wasn't that funny, Dave? Really, it wasn't.
Oh, God, he got me that one.
The nose has been a basket.
You're more sympathetic teacher than you are, right? And then me thinking about a new one.
I think it's weird when your cat's actually in a cupboard. I was supposed to perhaps when I could be insensitive, but hey ho, she's not a cat person. Didn't want to upset her. I hope I didn't upset her. I think I might have done because I made some side remark about her cat and being ashes and things. And I don't know, I think I've had to do a lot of clawing back really to get back in her good books.
Oh, there she goes again. She wants to be buried with them, so she's going to keep them in a house for years and years. It could be in there for over 40 odd years, carrying stuff like that around. I mean, I've got pets, I love them, but when they're gone, they're gone. Oh, God.
I think they think I'm a bunny boy. Perhaps I am. Perhaps I'm not. I'm just a pretty cat.
Just goes through me, you know. Every time I see a speck of dust on the table, I'm thinking, it's that cat.
Moving swiftly on, Tina's back in the kitchen, plating up her main course.
Last night I was hungry and came of an age, so I want to make sure they don't do that tomorrow.
Well, there's no chance of that, as Tina brings out her melange of moussaka, Greek vegetables and salad.
It's nice and hot.
Got plenty of butter on your side.
That sounds gorgeous. That is lovely.
Crikey, a compliment.
There was a lot of it. It was quite filling. It was quite heavy. It wouldn't be what I'd serve for a dinner party.
Normal services resumed.
It was a bit pub food, wasn't it? A bit pub food? Yeah, definitely. I'd go and spend $4.95 and expect one free with that, I think. When it came in, it just looked like a normal tea that you'd have on a Thursday night or something. There wasn't enough meat in it for me, because I like my meat, and a bit under-seasoned. It was a bit bland.
So Tina's main course has turned into a Greek tragedy, and to make things worse, she's banging on about men again.
One partner boyfriend said he'd be home one day at a certain time he wasn't, so the next day he made cat food curry because I didn't eat curry.
You actually opened a tin of cat food afterwards.
It wasn't cheap cat food, it was proper stuff.
I'm pretty sure you're all eating lamb.
Did he eat it?
I can't say he wolfed it down, he meowed it down because it was cat food.
Don't you start.
Seriously, that sounds like a joke. I mean,
No, bloody serious. I couldn't get my own back. Just don't get
and the joke, that's a good novel story.
She hasn't finished yet.
men and women, the big difference is we use both half our brains, men don't. They only use
That's
like logical part.
I get sick and tired of men being categorised like that all the time. Men this, men that, men the other. You do this, you don't know where the laundry basket is, you don't have to fill an ice cube tray.
How do you fill an ice cube tray?
Oh, your hands up if you can cook. Hands up if you can clean. Put your hands up if you can iron. Yeah.
You're 1 in 100 because a lot of blokes don't do that.
Conversation got a bit fiery on that, the difference between men and women. No point getting all philosophical about it. We're not asexual. We need a partner in order to reproduce, and that's what human beings do. So we're meant to be with somebody. I don't believe we're meant to be monogamous. I don't think that is a human trait, although we have to practice it, otherwise you lose your house. My wife is so organised, she does all the finances in the house. But you try and ask her to, let's go and redesign the back garden. She's got no vision. Women don't have vision in my eyes.
Oh my God! Can you explain that? Can I see good at this?
Yeah.
Look at all
Yeah,
that.
but it's not that special though, is it? The thing is, anybody can open a magazine and see some decking and say, I'll have that decking, I'll have that wall. But what about true creativity?
Well, he's one of these subtle show-offs. The sort of person who says, I don't like to boast, but...
I suppose in a way I'm a bit boring compared to Simon.
Oh, bless.
Looking forward to seeing his house tomorrow. I think it's going to be pretty spectacular.
Simon's obviously making his presence felt, and Tina's hoping she can do the same with her desserts.
I'm really pleased how it turned out. I've never made these before.
I think these could be the winners.
We'll see about that. So if the mighty moussaka didn't tip everyone over the edge, then get ready for death by Greek dessert. Baklava and Galactipareco.
2 puddings sitting, isn't it?
I don't think you're confident enough to actually say, I'm making one dessert and it's going to be bloody good. You're the host, you tell them what they're having. You two guys have set the standard, so The thing to do now, though, is raise that standard. I've got to beat you to the end of the day. I've got to beat you. And as much as I like you, I'm going to beat you.
That's that, sweet gone sour. Time for some taxis.
I think Simon thinks he's got it in the bag, so I'm looking forward to seeing tomorrow. He obviously didn't rate Tina as a competitor.
The challenge is my menu. He's got to beat Dave's menu. Yeah, that's his challenge. That's why he's bigging himself up. He's got to psych himself up in order to try and beat me. I think he's got his work cut out.
Thoughts on desserts, please?
The fact that Tina had actually cooked cat food curry for somebody and then served me a dessert that looked like, well, I've never seen a dessert that looked quite like that. But, you know, I was just a bit disturbed by what I saw, to be perfectly honest.
Baklava was nice, but the custard pie was really heavy.
Having been in a house full of dead animals and pictures of cats, I found a giant hair in the dessert and I just stopped eating them.
It wasn't one of yours.
Better than I expected, actually. Quite enjoyed it. I did quite well. I was quite impressed with myself, and everything's out on time.
Tina's food tonight was good, honest home cooking, Greek style. Delicious, but perhaps not what I would have served for a dinner party. And although she was a lovely hostess, for that reason I'm going to mark her down and I'm going to give her a 6.
I don't think she pushed herself enough, so I'm going to give Tina a 6. Too much of a starter, ready meal main course, too much of a choice of dessert. 6, Tina.
So, with Veronica not quite the support Tina had hoped for, she manages only 18. So she'll definitely be beaten by at least one man. Coming up next time,
Biscuits done.
Simon crumbles under pressure. Gets rumbled by Tina,
Thinks Simon cheated, same as Dave cheated.
then cozies up to the competition.
I think Veronica's lovely. She's actually very sexy. I don't want to get into that kind of double date scenario.
Brand new Made in Chelsea, Monday nights from 10 on E4. If you're distraught, you missed it, you can catch up now on 4AD. Tomorrow night from 9, Orlando Bloom plays the bad guy, swashbuckling adventure in The Three Musketeers. Network premiere. More dinner up next.
Fresh entertainment, natural atmosphere. Come dine with me, sponsored by Airwick National Park's Fragrance Collection.
I've been on the Southampton's waiting list for 10 years now.
Britain could be heading towards a housing crisis.
Potentially, this is a really bad situation.
So how does the system assess those who are most in need?
I think we've been doing well.
You don't care, because when you live there, you go home. How to get a council house, Wednesday at 9 on 4. Thousands of amateur craftsmen dream of turning their passion into a profession.
I want to be the master of that craft.
But are the best good enough to win a top commission?
Can they realise their dreams and start a new life as professional craftsmen?
Monty Don's Real Craft starts Monday at 9 on More 4.
Right now at Morrison's, it's £11 each for these bottles of spirits. Now that's an offer to raise a glass to. Come and see. Our finest mint chocolate is ready for Easter in a very special shape. You can recognise even with your eyes closed.
Because of the bell.
Only one Easter bunny sounds like this. The Gold Bunny from Lind.
Did you know Yellowstone National Park lies on top of an active volcano? This bear has absolutely no idea. Book your flight and hotel together now and save up to 50% on trips to the USA with Expedia.co.uk. That's all protected.
What things do you like?
Susan oil, cats, Hannah, old people. She loves it, don't you? Don't go and do it.
You can use my room if you're quick.
It's been a funny old year. Same old faces, some new faces.
My dad. He's moving in here today.
All these lovely mares.
How do you live with that money? Same as you live with money, but with a lot less money.
L-I-F-E-G-O-E-S-O-N. What you don't have now will come back again. You got heart, and you go in your own way.
anniversary of the Boston bombings, Channel 4 tells the inside story of the 5-day manhunt.
I said, we're going to die here tonight.
The hunt for the Boston bombers, Wednesday at 10 on 4.
Now for a taste of conventional Flemish in Come Dine With Me.
Fresh entertainment, natural atmosphere. Come Dine With Me, sponsored by Airwick National Parks Fragrance Collection.
I wasn't expecting a bird. Take 4 strangers, throwing 4 dinner parties.
It's not looking good at the moment.
Make them store each other in secret.
Tammy cheated, so has Dave cheated.
The upshot, blunt talk.
I found a giant hair.
It looked like a bit of regurgitated food.
Boasting.
I think she fancies me.
Like David Beckham.
And backstabbing.
Most straight men can't cook.
She could scare a police horse.
Silence a show off.
As they battle to bank a £1,000 prize.
As much as I like you, I'm going to beat you.
Go, go, go.
It's day 3 in Macclesfield, or Treacle-Town as it's sometimes known, and first host Dave Creel oozed sweetness
It's in the bag.
by making 2 different desserts.
Dave, why have you hedged your bets and done 2 puddings?
Because I just wanted to impress you.
I've been thinking about nothing else for ages, and if I don't win it, I'm going to be gutted. Lifesaver.
So much so that he got the lamb stock and carrots for his main course from the local farm.
Dave Britt's on the nose. He cheated and passed off gravy as his own.
Despite all that, Dave still managed to score 20 out of 30. Next came Tina Panay with her Greek-themed menu. She thought it went down well.
It's nice and hot.
I think they thought I'd just chuck it together. I think they thought I was a bit thick or dim because I've got such a sense of humour. Veronica actually said I didn't think it'd be anything like this at all, so well planned and timed.
Sadly, that's not what she's saying now.
Main course, it was moussaka, but it was the sort of thing I would have done for a middle of the week meal for my children, perhaps.
And the result, Tina scored just 18, leaving her second of 2. Tonight, it's the turn of Simon Wright, and he's confident. Very, very confident.
You 2 guys have set the standard, so the thing to do now, though, is raise that standard. I've got to beat you 2. End of the day, I've got to beat you.
Yeah.
And as much as I like you, I'm going to beat you.
I want them to go home, tell their friends it was an excellent night, and that they are papping themselves because I'm the one to beat.
Well, it'll take quite something to put our last host, schoolteacher Veronica O'Connor, off her stride.
I still think I've got a good chance. I think that I could retain my crown as Queen of the dinner party circuit. Don't see why not.
But you'll need to be a better host than she was a guest, after sparking some catty conversation at Tina's.
Why on earth have you got cats of ashes in a cupboard?
Moses and Henry.
Should Moses be in a basket?
It wasn't that funny, Dave.
I thought it was going to go a bit belly up when we were taking the mickey out of 14's box full of grand cat, dust cat, burn cat, whatever you want to call it, but it was pretty horrific.
Whiskers.
You alright? And once they finished with the cats, it became the Battle of the Gardens.
My wife is so organised, but you try and ask her to, let's go and redesign the back garden. She's got no vision. Women don't have vision in my eyes. Yeah. Yeah, but it's not that special, though, is it? What about true creativity? think Simon is a bit of a show-off. Yeah, it's starting to come through as the week's going on. Yeah, Simon's a show-off.
So now it's over to the creative visionary to try to live up to his own hype in an effort to scoop the £1,000 prize.
People will get a sense of, wow, that was an excellent night. I've gone to every detail to make sure that everything's going to be, perfectly catered for, right down to the party bags to take away at the end of the night.
Party bags? They're not children.
Simon is my big concern. I think he's going to pull something out of the bag tonight.
A balloon?
Blow us all out of water.
I think I've got Veronica on my side. I think I've got her in my pocket, actually. I think she's got a thing for me. I think she fancies me.
Not as much as you fancy yourself.
I think Simon talks a very good talk. It's sort of how you deliver. That's the main thing. You can always big yourself up. It's not like singing "I'm the greatest." It's can you actually go the distance? Keep your head in the kitchen.
Right now, he has his head in his starter. Asparagus à la flamande.
À la flamande means burning, so unless it's being brought in on fire with some sort of brandy over it, you wouldn't do that to fresh asparagus. It's in season. Why spoil it doing that?
Detention for teacher Veronica. Actually, it means asparagus the Flemish way.
It's so simple. It's frightening.
The first simple step, selecting the veg.
So I'm going to make sure, for presentation, that all my asparagus are, same thickness, so I can shred the ones in there. So that one, a bit weedy.
Veggie fascist.
So I'm going to be looking to get about 6 asparagus spears per person. I won't be begging for more after this. Get a bunch of asparagus, tip down, make sure they're all equal length. Do you know what? I've done those too bloody short. I have to fish 6 out of my soup stock.
Look at him come crawling back. Thought it was supposed to be so simple, Simon. He'll prep the rest of his starter later. For his main course, he's doing pan-fried dover sole with truffle-infused breadcrumbs.
It's fish.
Truffles? Oh man, I bet he had to sell one of his jet bikes to buy them.
How do you infuse breadcrumbs with truffles?
Well, in Simon's case, you do a Dave and ask your chef mate to do it for you.
Over here you have your breadcrumb, which has a bit of truffle oil in it, and a bit of truffle as well. Yeah, so the black burnt bits are actually truffle.
It's good enough to eat.
That's kind of the idea. And it doesn't end there. As well as the truffles, the restaurant is also providing Simon's main course recipe and a quick masterclass in how to cook it.
To season the dover sole with flour, salt and butter, both sides.
Salt and pepper first, your flour afterwards, and in the pan, because otherwise if you do your flour first, your salt and pepper will not go in your fish.
Yeah, I won't stick to it. Okay.
Got that?
Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
On top of his starter, Simon is cooking his main when his guests arrive. So it's on to his final course. Strawberries with creme pâtissière and cigarette rousse biscuits.
One pudding, hurrah! One pudding. That's really easy menu. He's obviously not stretching himself at all, is he?
I'm sure Simon will disagree. He starts by making his biscuits.
The first thing to do is to separate some egg whites. Now, this is quite tricky. I've only learned this the other day.
Here we go again. I thought you were supposed to be separating them.
So, very carefully, pick up, scoop the egg into a corner. Let the white run off your fingers.
Where did you learn this again? Oh, he's done it. Oh, no, he hasn't.
This one went pear-shaped to the last. Well, that doesn't matter. We can get away with that. Success.
Sort of. Sure, I'll be trying that at home. He mixes icing sugar, flour, and butter. Then it's in with the egg whites. After chilling, he spreads the mix onto a baking tray and pops into the oven.
If the desserts go well, then it could be the deciding factor for the meal. But this is going to look quite nice when it's done.
Once the biscuits have started to brown, it's action stations as he rolls them into rounds.
You just witnessed a masterclass of biscuit making.
Big up yourself, Simon.
I'm there.
You're feeling it. He repeats the process until he has enough, and he's there. His biscuits are in the bag.
Now,
they're not. They're on the floor.
That has just threw a spanner in the works.
Better make some more then, Simon.
Cataclysmic catastrophe of monumental proportions. But it's not. I can recover. That's the true sign of a great cook.
So great and so modest too. Simon pulls off a recovery with his remaining biscuit mix, and it's on to his creme patissiere. He heats milk and vanilla. Separately, he mixes sugar, corn flour, and egg yolks. Then combines the two and heats.
Lovely. Don't lick us at 1,000 yards.
Charming. But talking of underwear, Simon has a little surprise for tonight.
You are invited to bring your swimming costumes and make it. I hope this is optional. You can't make people do anything, can you? Maybe that's why it's a light meal, so we won't all sink like stones.
It's got a swimming pool.
Oh, it's going to be amazing, isn't it? The food's going to be great, and we're all going swimming. It's going to win.
Think smaller, Dave. A lot smaller. I guess you can always take in the view from the bridge.
The garden, to me, is an extension of my house. It's the best room in my house.
It's a kick-ass crib, homie.
I've always wanted a water feature, and I've always wanted a bridge. I wanted to create something beautiful.
Yeah, but that still doesn't give you carte blanche to be rude about Tina's Day. And every lord of the manor needs a gardener. Mind the moat.
How's it going?
Fine. I've dressed all round with a general purpose fertiliser, weeded round, and yeah, it's looking good.
All right, mate. Thanks very much for your help. I'm going to crack on, get this thing sorted, and make the rest. See you later, mate. All right. Cheers, Dad.
Is Dad?
Can't wait to look round his house. He's got all sorts. I know he's going to have a garage full of hang gliders and jet bikes and crocodiles that he's wrestled to death.
I think Simon's house will be quite trendy, modern, best of everything.
I would imagine that Simon's house is an expensive house. It'll be in a beautiful area. I bet it's got a huge garden and a view.
Well, there's enough room to swing a dead cat. Anyway, once Simon slipped into something floral, he is ready to raise the portcullis to his guests. Preparing to be underwhelmed, here's Tina.
Ready, baby.
No, she's not in there.
Hello. Come on in. I'm all right. How are you, darling?
Preparing to be dazzled, here's Veronica.
This is not what I expected at all. Not at all.
Hello. Good evening. How are you doing?
All right, darling. Nice to see you.
And preparing to take the plunge, it's Dave.
I don't think he's got room for a swimming pool, is
Hey, Big Dave. How are you doing, mate? Are you well? Come on in. It's a lovely evening.
Nice to meet
Cheers,
you.
guys.
Cheers.
Coming up,
Is that a risotto with you?
No, it's egg. That's,
Hey!
yeah.
Simon's suffering.
You've never done this before.
No.
It'll be better next time.
Tina's troubled.
Thanks for having cheated, same as Dave cheated.
And Dave's dumbfounded.
I think Veronica's lovely. She's absolutely very sexy. I don't want to get some kind of double dates in her bed.
Come dine with me, sponsored by Airwick National Park's Fragrance Collection.
What did you say? I said round about 6 o'clock. We usually all get naked and dance around the bonfire.
You always stop at the middle. Brut Reserve Champagne, Santa Emilion Grand Cru, and a delicious New Zealand Marlborough Sauvignon Blanc. Extraordinary.
Post Office will soon be taking on 3 property challenges, solving each in just 24 hours. Join me, Amanda Lamb, to see how we do. Visit postoffice.co.uk for more info.
I want to go to Mallorca. Hotel Trivago.
We'll show Lambos king of the sea. If he wants nails, torches, scupper cushions, scented candles, wallpaper, and some anti-wrinkling cream.
you eating the nipples? Go on, move on. Vita Thins, perfect with dips. Fancy that. I love every second on the ice, so I need to take care of my bones. Just one Calin Plus every day gives me the entire daily needs in vitamin D.
Vitamin D helps the body absorb and use calcium.
It's so good to love your bones. Calin Plus, calcium plus vitamin D. Love your bones.
Inspiration comes from everywhere. It's what you do with it that counts. The new iX35 from Hyundai. Inspiration engineered.
I want to go to Lisbon, Hotel Chirago.
Every country has its moment. It's time to shine.
When the universe conspires and planets align.
Scotland invites you. Our stage is set.
For one brilliant year we'll never forget.
Homecoming, the Commonwealth Games, and the Ryder Cup.
A year of surprises, a calendar filled up.
We welcome the world to come and to share. So you too can say, yes, I was there.
Your brother just got a big promotion. I guess I married the wrong guy.
If that was me, I'd have killed that man. If you don't stand up to the boss and the wives, you're just gonna get washed away.
Loser. Take that back.
Martin Freeman, Billy Bob Thornton, and Colin Hanks star in a brand new series, Fargo, Easter Sunday at 9 on 4.
Come dine with me, sponsored by Airwick National Parks Fragrance Collection.
Super confident Simon Wright is convinced his fabulous home will help beat his rivals to the £1,000 prize as best host.
Well, if you excuse me, back must commence. I'm going to go and do the starter.
Good.
But it seems he's oversold his lifestyle a little.
I am very surprised at this house because he talks such a big game. I thought it was going to be a mansion.
To go with his ego, perhaps.
I thought it was going to be massive with acres outside. Yeah, I was convinced it was a big pool. I mean, really, it's a souped-up semi. Yesterday, he made... well, I thought it was a bit of a snide comment about your decking. Did it? You said, oh, I designed it all myself. And he said, well, there's not much to design, to be honest.
Any thoughts, Tina?
Plaster.
Well, I felt the drag. I'll give him a fringe then.
That's what Tina thinks of your gap, Simon. So let's see if there'll be a better review for the asparagus starter.
I've got to really like all the stops here and to make sure that it's done. I can do it. I know I can do it. I just need to not drop everything all over the floor.
He mashes hard-boiled eggs, spoons in an unhealthy portion of butter, adds grated parsley, nutmeg, and heats. Simple. But by keeping his guests waiting, there's plenty of time to find fault.
Actually, I would have silver, not gold. Everything else is silver. Hello. No, it should be silver. Big mistake.
Yeah, what were you thinking, Simon?
Actually, I wouldn't have on this because the metal will contaminate the wine. Tell me, fine. The man's made a big mistake. I'm sorry. Go girl.
Thank you, Ricky Lake. Simon, meanwhile, is struggling to perform.
Just say asparagus like that.
Let's hope they like it limp. Asparagus à la flamande.
Risotto. Is that a risotto? Is it?
No, it's egg. That's,
Egg?
yeah. It's just hard-boiled eggs, butter, parsley, nutmeg, salt and pepper. Simple as that. This is the first time I've put it.
You did all that.
You've never done this before?
No.
It'll be better next time.
Asparagus was overdone.
It was cockled egg on asparagus, which was better than it looked. It looked like a bit of regurgitated food. Actually, it wasn't aesthetically pleasing. Men are lazy in the kitchen and they'll go with the easiest thing to impress. I don't think. Excuse me.
Oh, better out than in. Simon's opener hasn't gone down well, and things are getting worse as stickler Veronica spots another dinner party faux pas.
Simon, you haven't lit your candles. Why don't people light their candles? Maybe it's my background, but the candles are the focal point of the table. One must warm one's guests and get those candles lit. Oh.
Got there in the end, eh? But if that's not bad enough, things are about to take a turn for the worse, as the guests have to wait again for the main. Coating his Dover sole with flour, he then fries. He throws mushrooms, red wine, garlic, and an onion in a pan to fry, then adds cream and chives. Deboning his fish, he adds the mushroom sauce. Next is specially sauced ingredient.
This is the breadcrumbs infused with truffles. That's the truffle and truffle oil. Just to give it a bit of crispy side.
The fish goes under the grill, but Simon's now been away from his diners for over half an hour, and they're getting impatient.
You've got guests. It's not about Simon cooking, it's about Simon keeping his guests happy.
How's it going in the kitchen? Darling? Are we sweating? Sweating?
And sweaty Simon isn't the only thing suffering from the heat.
Corrected. That night we messed the mushrooms up. I left the mushrooms in a closed plastic bag, and they just died. I was like, do I use them? Do I try it? So I risked everything, but I think I've screwed it. Okay. Let's go.
At last, he serves his pan-fried Dover sole with truffle-infused breadcrumbs.
Oh, that's beautiful. Thank you very much. Yummy. Really lovely. Really lovely.
I'm being brutally honest. If you don't like it, leave it. Tell me.
I think she might be leaving it, actually.
What's that you? You're not liking Tina?
It's fish, don't eat fish.
Okay, leave it.
So I want to know how you infused the breadcrumbs.
I didn't.
But you said it's got truffle
It
infused.
has. They're infused. I didn't do it.
So how did you do it then?
I did.
Why didn't you do it yourself then?
Because mine are sterilised truffles. They're already done, so I can't then go and stick them in that as well.
Excuses, excuses.
I think Simon cheated, same as Dave cheated. I hope Veronica doesn't let me down and cheat tomorrow, because I ain't cheated at all yesterday.
I know that people did comment about the colour of the fish. It was quite brown. Perhaps that was the truffle infusion into the breadcrumbs. But it was quite tasty, but visually not brilliant. But yeah, I'm being very critical here.
Yep.
The cake, or whatever they're called, stack mushrooms, they're not what I thought they would be. They're sticky. And the fish was brown. And I just think, I'm impressed.
I'm starting to feel a bit more confident.
Yet again, the food has disappointed, but at least Veronica's showing an interest in what else her host has to offer.
I think I prefer you in a t-shirt. Because you can see the muscles as the t-shirt sleeve ends.
2 crisp white sheets.
Have you had to work at that body then?
Have I? Yeah.
Do you take your clothes off in hot tub?
Blimey.
Any chance to get my clothes off, honestly?
You went off here, look yourself.
I'm just an ex-business. My nickname on my football top at university was Simon Full-Monty Right.
I'm sure there will have been others.
So if we go in that hot tub now, I'm in my shorts and you're in your shorts, we will look like a number 10 stuck next to each other.
Might be the only number 10 you'll be seeing tonight, Simon.
You've got to be comfortable with your own body image, haven't you?
Absolutely.
If you don't love yourself, nobody will love you.
And you're not alone in loving yourself, as Simon's about to go for some flattery points.
That's one of his lovely. It's actually very sexy. You think? Yeah.
I think that comes up Mrs. Robinson.
I think maybe Simon and I are trying to get the book. I don't want to get into some kind of double date scenario.
I'm sure you don't, Dave. But before everyone gets steamy in the back garden, Simon has one last chance to pull things back with his tasty dessert.
These little sauce really cost me. God knows what.